Good morning, everybody. Silas back today, and it is absolutely beautiful out here. It was about 60 degrees when I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning. Just absolutely beautiful. However, by the time I get home tonight, it's going to be below freezing. That's the bad part of living right here in the middle, is we get the weather from out west, we get the weather from up north, we get the weather from down south, so it's constantly changing. But anyway, what the agenda is this is going to be a multi-day video. As you guys know from a previous video, I've got a buyer from Florida that bought 21 noses and trunks off of old cars. I've got to get all of those cut off and ready to go. We've got 7 of them done, so we've got 14 more to go, and then actually I had somebody else buy the trunk off of another car, so technically we have 15 more to go. The kicker is I've only got 5 days left to get it done. The good news is that Sean and Jason said they will help me. So what they're going to do is they're going to come out here later today, and they're going to start cutting on some noses while I'm crushing cars, because with prices being up this high, I can't take away from crushing cars to come out here and do this. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is something a little bit different. I know a lot of times I play music when I'm doing things like this, and everybody says, oh, I don't like music. I would rather hear your voice, rather hear the equipment. So we're gonna do things a little bit different. What I'm doing here is I'm loading up an old Ford truck. This guy bought it. I think he's from Nebraska. But anyway, I'm not gonna play music over this part. I'm just gonna do a voiceover. Now this truck here, I couldn't quite get it on his trailer because of the fenders. And this is that old cat we picked up at that farm cleanup. A guy bought it, and so I dug it out, took it up front, that way it was ready to go whenever he showed up. And then I had to dig out this truck because the guy was buying the front clip off of it, and then I actually ended up selling a lot of parts off of this truck, which was a good thing. Now I'm digging out some more trucks that we need to cut the noses off of. This 54 Ford is kind of a shame. This is a really nice barn find truck, but you know, I got to go where the money's at. I did that one, and then I believe there was an International back here from a farm cleanup we did a long time ago. And then I got this Mercedes, another one that actually the day after I cut the nose off of it, a guy emailed me wanting to buy the whole car, but you know, it is what it is. And then a Mercury. The guy showed up to get the dozer, or whatever you want to call it, the crawler. There we go. I got everything set out. Everything is ready to go for tomorrow. Sean and Jason will probably be here, I'm guessing around 9:30. That's about when they usually get here. If Terry's coming tomorrow, which he says he is, he'll probably be here at 6 o'clock in the morning, honestly, but then he'll sit here and wait here till I get here. But I got quite a bit done today. This morning it was -8 degrees when I got to work, and so I had a young guy wanting some extra money. He had a day out of school today, so he wanted to make some money, so I said come on out, and we worked at the other yard. We cleaned up a ton of stuff, just tried organizing stuff and picking up little jobs that I hadn't been getting done forever. I didn't record any of that. It was just brutal cold. Right now it's not that bad at all. It's about 20 degrees outside, so it's a heat wave. One thing we did do is I had this area here clear full of aluminum wheels, and there was trees growing through them all the way up into there. We got all that gathered up. We got a bunch of stuff. I don't even know what else we got done, but it was just tons and tons of little jobs. So that was good to get that done. But tomorrow is the day. I've got to get all those noses cut, got to get all that done, get Terry loaded, so it's going to be a crazy day. I'll see you in the morning. And good freezing morning. I am back today. It's warmed up to about 15 degrees now, so I'm finally able to do something without my fingers going completely numb. But I'm about done with this truck here. I've got to go ahead and pull the bumper off. Sean's supposed to be here later. We're going to pull the motor out of this as well. But as soon as I get that bumper cut off, I'm going to head out back and start on the next one. There we go. We are done. Terry didn't make it today, unfortunately. Here's his motor. We just went ahead and cut the frame because these headers wrap around everything and just kind of a pain to take off. So we'll let Terry worry about all that. I'm just going to go ahead and donate the front end off this truck. Back half is ready to go in the crusher. But here's the main objective of this video, was all of these noses and trunks. Got them all lined up here. We got around a 49 or 50 International, 54 Ford. I don't know what year that Mercedes was. 63 Mercury. 65 or 6 Chevy truck. 58. Somewhere out of the mid 60s GMC. 52 Chevy. 59 Ford or 58 Ford, one of the two. 65 Ford. 63 Ford. 52 Ford. 63 Ford, 52 Ford, 47 Ford, 49 Chevy, 57 Chevy, a 47 International, another 60s GMC, 59 Ford, and then somewhere in the early 50s Chevrolet. A couple of these, this International and this Chevy here, are missing the headlight rings. So last time I went to the swap meet, or maybe it was 2 times ago, I found a whole bunch of headlight rings for $5 to $10 a piece. So I just bought a whole bunch of them, so these will work for that. There's 2 pairs here. They're probably not original headlight rings that actually match these vehicles, but what you do is you just put them on there, you line them up where they're supposed to be, and you take a sheet metal screw, a chrome one, and you just run it right through them. Holds the headlight in place, good to go. Got a whole tote full of headlights for the ones that are missing headlights here. All of the double headlight noses all have headlights in them still, so don't have to replace any of those, but like this one's missing 1. That one's missing 2. There was 7 of them gone. So I've got 7 headlight bulbs in there. Over by the box truck, I've got a whole bunch of miscellaneous emblems and things like that. Pieces of chrome trim. Some of it came off of these vehicles. Some of it was extras that I had. And then also he's getting the grill out of an Edsel, just the grill, the center part, and an old tailgate. I got to get that. That's way out back still. I'll grab that here in a little bit. So yeah, quite the load here. There's a lot of hours spent cutting. Here's the bed off that Chevy. It's a long bed. It's super rusty. It's rusted out pretty bad. But if somebody wanted to make a bed or a bookshelf or something like that, this would be really good for that. This would be almost perfect for something like that. I know I could have just popped the tailgate off and sent the guy a picture of it that's buying all the noses, and he would have bought that as well. But I think that kind of makes this bed a sellable piece. I had a couple guys interested in buying the sides off of this, but they passed on those. But if they would have bought those, I would have went ahead and popped the tailgate off. But I thought they would sell cool for some sort of bar or something like that. But we'll see. Maybe it'll sell whole. Maybe we'll chop it up. Another idea is I have the bumper for it too that wraps around. If a guy cut it right up in here somewhere, that would make a really cool bench. Move the tailgate forward and make a really cool couch or a bench or something like that. But we'll see. For now, I just put it here because we had just got done cutting on it, so I didn't want to put it out in the grass and catch anything on fire. So I stashed it there. And then I stashed the cab over here. The cab is completely rotted out in the bottom. I mean, completely rotted out. Stick your feet on the ground, rotted out. But surprisingly, the roof is actually still pretty good. So that'll make a good donor roof for somebody that has a rusted top in their cab. It's got a lot of good parts on it still. Got a good steering column. It's got some good dash parts in it. It's got a good seat core. All sorts of stuff there. This door is kind of rough, but the other door is not bad. I came back here mainly to check on my fire, make sure it was burned down pretty good. Yeah, it's burned down pretty good. We had this ripping and roaring earlier. It's still warm though, so I need to go get some water up front and dump on it, make sure it doesn't ignite again. A couple pieces I brought from the other yard yesterday when I was hauling stuff is I got this swing set and that bench over there. Those will make cool additions to my little junkyard compound I got going on. And it was really a shame to cut up that 63 Mercury. When we got the trunk open, I had to drill the lock out because I couldn't get the keys to work. And you can't crawl through the back seat of those because of that rolling down back window. There's no way to get in there. After we did that, we look in there and it's got the original trunk liner in it. It's got a bunch of stuff in there. I mean, it's all in excellent condition, not a speck of rust. I mean, that car was really a very, very solid car. It's a shame nobody ever bought the whole thing. I had advertised it quite a bit for a $1,500 best offer. I told some people I would take $12.5 for it, but nobody ever wanted it. They all said, oh no, it's too rough, it's too this, it's too that. Everybody wants a mint car for $1,000, and so it just doesn't work like that. We sliced it and diced it. On to the next one. I know a lot of people get upset with me for chopping these old vehicles up, but got to pay the bills somehow. And if people aren't buying them whole, what am I supposed to do with them? I can't keep buying more cars if I don't sell the ones I have. And so honestly, that car is going to chop up for way more than what I ever wanted for it in the first place. By the time I chop the front end off of it and then I pull the rear end, it's got a good 9-inch in it, a rare 9-inch. And so by the time I pull that out and then I part the rest of the car out, I mean, it's probably going to bring $500 to $1,000 more than what I wanted for it. So that's just the name of the game. I know it's unfortunate. I wish in a perfect world every car would be saved, but it's far from a perfect world. There's way more cars than there are people that want cars, and so the ones that can't afford it are willing to be picky and look for the perfect cars, and then the rusty ones like I get chopped up. Huge shout out to Sean and Jason for coming out and helping me get this done. If I was doing this by myself, I would have just had to not sleep all week long. And with that, I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day. Remember to get out there and find an adventure, and hopefully it's a little bit warmer wherever you're at. We'll see you next time.